Hello, everybody! Your friendly neighborhood guildmaster Iris here. It's a new week in Austin, Texas, and it's been pouring down rain all weekend. Now, I'm shooting this video on location at our headquarters at the Metropolis Apartments here in Austin, Texas, but the lighting could be a lot better if it weren't for the weather. I just wish it would start raining men, but I don't think that particular weather pattern has happened in the last 30 years, so this week, we're theming all of our content around the most dreaded word in the musician's vocabulary: marketing. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm a musician, Jim, not an economist. Well, first of all, my name's not Jim, it's Iris. Second of all, you don't have to be a master of money in order to market yourself well. Earlier this week, we posted a blog which covered how to market yourself in 6 easy steps. But we didn't get all of the details out because it was quickly becoming a TLDR post, and I want you to be able to get all of the information that you need without boring you. Hence the Star Trek joke. I know it was corny, but dad jokes are my specialty. Just bear with me. Anyway, there are a few things to keep in mind when marketing your music, and I'm going to point them out to you in this video. But before we get started, if you want notification of this and all other tips, tricks, and tall tales, be sure to subscribe to the Guild's channel and hit that little notification bell to the right. Ding, ding. I think I have a problem. I'll stop now. Here are the top 8 tips and tricks when it comes to marketing yourself and your music. Cue opening. Okay, number 1. Be original. I know you get beat over the head with this one enough, so I'm only going to lightly touch on it today. It's true. There are so many people out there who want to make it in the music business, and they don't know how to write original music. That's okay. Try out some old things that have already made it big and put your own spin on it. Do you remember the Eurythmics? How they did the Sweet Things song and then Marilyn Manson's version of it? Oh, that's what I mean. Be original, even when it's with things that are already established. If you're a songwriter, on the other hand, don't fall into the trap of the pop writer who only writes for the artists that they want to perform. Write a song with tonality and presence that has never been done before. A huge example of this is mashing up heavy metal and opera, 2 styles that used to clash with each other on a traditional cultural level, but when they were put together, they blended so beautifully together in the final mix. However, and this is a big point, just because it's original doesn't mean it should be done. Reggae polka might sound good on the surface, but you wouldn't end up doing anything but upsetting massive amounts of Germans, Austrians, and Rastafarians. Rule number 2. Oversaturation is your enemy. When marketing on social media, you will need to post consistently. Most experts agree that you should at least put something daily or every other day. When it comes to YouTube, you should be working with 1 to 2 videos a week. Go much more beyond that, and you find yourself losing your audience to frustration over constantly hearing from you. Be consistent in your posting, but when you post 10 times a day, you definitely lose your audience when you're just starting out. Plus, your friends and family may have to hold an intervention because they suspect you have internet addiction. It's a real thing. Also, although cross-posting may be tempting at first, keep it to a minimum. This tool is used mostly for people with established presences whose fans don't mind seeing the same thing before dismissing it. All cross-posting does is cause the same audience in one forum to see the exact same thing in another forum. Now, this could cause a feedback loop where you end up with 2 or 3 posts of the exact same thing. Before turning on the features of cross-posting, make sure you have a clear understanding of what you want your format to be on any particular platform. And that when you cross-post, none of the other platforms are posting the same thing back. You don't want a Twitter feed that repeats the same tweet 5 times in a row. You know what I mean? Number 3, be obsessive. Be obsessive. I know. I just told you not to be obsessive. But that was with posting. When checking up on your posts, you should check it several times a day. And sometimes someone may interact with a post and you don't know them. Reach out to them. Thank them personally. If they are connected with someone on your friends or your followers lists, Offer to follow them or send them a friend request. That way, it'll be easier for you to offer your music and better inform them of your brand. Furthermore, as you are networking socially, be sure to extend a hand with comments, likes, and shares of your favorite artists and venues. This can help open up a lot of doors with them as well, especially if they see you linked to your brand. Introduce the brand to them if they ask, but otherwise, be subtle. Play it cool. These people have already been harassed enough by fanboys, fangirls, and desperate musicians trying to ride fame like a pony. Talk to them as you would an equal, but also with a sense of humility. This will speak volumes to them and will provide you with even more contacts that you can use in the future. You can even land you a gig or two playing at said venue or opening for your favorite band. The possibilities are endless, and you have to be too. Number 4, practice, practice, practice. I cannot stress this enough. Music marketing is never easy. Otherwise, we'd all be Barbra Streisand. And who doesn't want that woman's furs and diamonds? I mean, hello. With this in mind, you have to try different things until something clicks. If your daily posts aren't providing the oomph that you need, then try something a little bit different. It could be simple as using different words or different hashtags to completely redesigning your platform, your color scheme, primary photos, quotes, even your bio and layout. Just be prepared for drastic changes if they're needed, but keep in mind that such drastic changes should be undertaken only if all other avenues have failed. So, this is the part that is going to feel like you're jumping through hoops, and you kind of are. Remember that your audience dictates about 70% of your content, and not the other way around. Your job is to find out what they like, what you want to say, and then blend the two together. I use a phrase from customer service here. The true art of customer service is learning how to tell someone how to go to hell in such a way that it makes them look forward to the trip. Not that we actually want our audience to go to hell. The devil has a big enough audience already with heavy metal and drunk teenagers in graveyards at midnight. Not best to encourage them. Number 5, doing your homework. One mistake that a lot of people in marketing make is not doing the research. They'll load all of their channels and platforms with content that people either don't want to see or content that people just don't care about. In order to keep the people happy, you have to know what they want. Using analytics is imperative to maintaining a strong presence, and online marketers, as stated before, check it every day. Also, you can ask your audience directly what they want to see. Ask them to leave comments on your posts and videos so that you can tailor content to them. The more you give the audience what they want, the more receptive they will be to things that you want them to see. The customer is king, but marketing is the jester, entertaining and informing the king about things they may not be aware of. Plus, if you make them laugh, you don't get hit in the head with a goblet. Number 6, don't burn bridges. Following the logic of it's not what you know, but who you know, it is wise not to let people get under your skin. The public can be cruel, especially in places that offer complete anonymity, such as the internet. The important thing to keep in mind is that if you get into a full-scale argument with trolls in public, the public sees you and judges you for it. And this can drastically damage your reputation and close a lot of doors to you permanently. Now, instead, you can react to this situation in one of two ways. You can either ignore it completely, or you can thank the person for their input and move on. Kill them with kindness. Remember the old adage, it is better to close your mouth and have people think you a fool than to open your mouth and prove it true. By keeping doors open and bridges intact, you find you have more opportunities, even if it means working with people that you don't like on a personal level. Remember, it's not personal, it's business. Number 7, keep your private life private. As much as you may want to share with your audience, don't. Keep your politics, religion, romantic, and family life private. If someone asks about this in a public forum, answer honestly, but don't go into too many details. The minute that your audience finds out that you lean one way or the other, you'll alienate those that lean in the opposite direction from you. Recently, with the current administration, who shall remain nameless, it is very tempting to speak out. But only those that have become household names can get away with it, since they have the rest of their resources to fall back on. When you're just starting out, however, losing a portion of your audience could leave you dead in the water. And finally, number 8, create a signature. In today's music industry, we're plagued with cookie-cutter songs and musicians. The ones that people talk about around the water cooler the next day are the ones that stand out from the norm, and those don't fade into the background. You need to develop a signature, whether it's a fashion style, hairstyle, catchphrase, sound. You need to have something that helps you stand out from the rest of the rat race. You'll be more memorable to those that you're trying to reach, and they'll be more interested in you if you are interesting. So, what do you do that's different? Sell it! This is a business after all. Just don't sell yourself for real. That's kind of illegal. And there you have it, folks. These are my top 8 tips on how to market yourself effectively in the music industry. Just remember, the only thing that you have to do is be determined. Be determined. I'll stop the dad jokes now, I promise. As long as you put in the work and use the system the way it's intended, you will succeed. That's what the Guild's here for. We provide advice and resources to help music makers of all ilk and kin to be better at what they do so that they can get the audience that they need to display their art to. When we work together, we make the world a better place through a sense of community and respect, and that's a beautiful thing. That's it for this week's video, folks. Tell us what you want to see in future videos in the comments below, and if we select your subject, I'll be sure to give you a shout out in the next video. Also, be sure to share this video to your other social media platforms and help other music makers get ahead, because the more minds we reach, the more hearts we teach. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is your friendly neighborhood Guildmaster reminding you to stand up and sing out. Bye!